Hello, good morning students. This is Prashant. I welcome you all. So today we are going to discuss about the classification of the computer. So let's begin with the today's topic. So actually the different types of computers are based on working principle, purpose and the size. So we categorize the computers. We categorize the computers broadly in three categories: type, size and the purpose wise. So according to type we have the analog, digital and hybrid. And size wise micro, mini, mainframe and the super, and the purpose wise general purpose and the special purpose. So we are going to categorize them according to the this criteria. So let's see, here we are going to begin the types of computer based on the working principle as we have discussed already. So I'm going to elaborate them only. So first we are going to talk about the working principle, the working methods. Analog computers. The analog computer, as you can see, it is what is this image? Where you can see this image? It is the odometer. You can see in your bikes and the cars. This is here you can see the heartbeat meters in the ICUs. Okay, hospital ICU you will see this one, and this is the frequency reader, means when you are sending any frequency or radio waves, so it is going to calculate that one. So it is used to purpose analog signals. Analog computer operates by the measuring rather than computing. Okay, it is used for measuring the things rather than the computing the things. Okay, is this clear to you? Second, we have the digital computer. The digital computer operates directly decimal digits. Okay, I think you have visited the petrol pumps. You have this blood pressure meter at your home. Maybe this is the thermometer at your home. Nowadays, the digital car meters are also coming. Digital watch is there. So in this, you can represent the things in a decimal digits. Okay, so represent either desecrate data or a symbols. It converts the data into the digital, then all operations are down these digitals and extremely fast rate. Okay, so I think this is clear to you. You have visited your petrol pumps, you have seen this digital forms there. Okay, so now some hybrid computer. Hybrid is the mixture of the previous two, means analog plus digital. Hybrid is a mixture of analog plus digital, so you should be aware about this. So here you can see this is the means analog computers in the car odometers, and this is the digital and your hybrid specified purpose computers, and intensive care unit, hospital intensive care units are the analog devices, means it have the frequency with the digits. Okay, 0, -1, 2, 3, like that it have the frequency. So with that you can with this you can think about that it is a hybrid computer. Okay, so hybrid computer is a combination of digital plus analog, and it can measure the things on the numbers, and it can represent the things in the it can also represent the things in the frequency. Is this clear to all of you? I hope so. Now, types of computer based on the purpose. So we have some general purpose computer and the special purpose computer. So general purpose computer, these computers can store different programs. General purpose means as you have the desktop at your home, so you are using for some special purpose. As your father is doing the work on tally, so that is a accounting purpose. If you are using for the Photoshop, so it is a desktop publishing software, desktop publishing computer. Or if you are doing some mixing and all, that is another video editing purpose computer. So according to that you have the computer system. Okay, the general purpose computer can perform any kind of jobs, but it depends which type of software you are going to install in that. As your father is using for the tele purpose, maybe you are installing the MS Word or something else, and you are using it for your documentation purpose. So it depends on your application program. Okay, efficiency simply by changing the application program stored in the main memory. This is the main thing that you have to understand. Okay, same computer can be used in the different things. So it is the general purpose computer. Now we have some special purpose computer which is meant for some particular work. As you can see this image, this is the ATM machine, and it is only used for the ATM to withdraw the money. Similarly, you can withdraw the money and deposit money also you can do with the machine. So nowadays we have the special purpose computer which works for the special purpose only. That means permanently they are designed for that only. As the petrol machines are having the memory, but they are designed for the to give the details about the petrol. Okay, I think these things are clear. So general purpose and the special purpose computer. Now, third category we have the computer based on the size. Based on the size. So first of all, microcomputer. In which computer you will get the microprocessor? It is the microcomputer. It is the microcomputer. It is any computer which have the microprocessor. It is the microcomputer, or we can say them it's a personal computer. A microcomputer is a computer whose CPU is a microprocessor. Main thing that you have to remember, as your desktop, your laptop, your notebook, your any hybrid, your tablet, your smartphones, all the things are the similar one in the same category. It is coming in the microcomputers. So this thing is clear to now the mini computer. Mini computers, these are a smaller version of a mainframe. Make it sure, my dear students. Actually, nowadays we having the category of the computers i10, i3, i5. So according to that, we are storing the data in that. So i3 means i7 is giving the good performance according to i3 and i5. i10 is giving the good processing speed according to the i5 and i7. So according to that, we are using the computers. So now which computer have the good speed of RAM, good speed of good storage area, so that is known, that comes under the mini computer. Okay, that's come under the mini computer. Is this clear to all of you? So and one thing is also there, it does not require air conditioning and can operate in the room temperature. Means whatever system you are using, if it have the good processing speed, it have the good RAM, so it is under the mini computer. But mainframe requires, because mainframe is handled by the small organizations. Let's see. So here you can see the example of a mainframe computer. It is a mainframe computer. It requires to cool. It requires a room which have the AC to cool down the things, because it has a good processing speed. Okay, so mainframe, they are very big in size and offer maximum computing power. The large number of variables can be attached of them. They are generally used to large networks. Large networks means if you have the big company and you all are handling all the data and all in a company, so you require your company network, company server network. Okay, so that server will provide you all the information according to that, and for that purpose we are using this mainframe computer. You can think about that mini computer if you are using the mini computer and you want to make it server, you can connect at least 3 to 4 system with this. But if you have the large number of system, as you have the 1000 number of system or 500 number of system, that time you have to go with this. It will give you that performance. So I think these things are clear, because many systems are taking receiving and sending the data to the servers, so they require huge amount of power. So that's why they are producing huge amount of heat. So if they require to cool down, that's why they require the AC rooms. Is this clear to all of you? They all are use satellite for networking. Okay, this is also an important thing in this mainframe. Now the important system types of computer, we are going to talk about the supercomputer. So here the supercomputer means these computers are big general purpose computers capable to execute more than 10,000 billion instructions per second. Okay, as you can see just now in mainframe, you can see there are two computers. Okay, but here you can see a series of computers here, a series of is at the back side of that, and the similar as the back side of that. So you can imagine that how much data they are going to process and they are going to calculate. That's why it is calculating 10,000 million instructions per second. Okay, and have the storage capacity of a million of bytes per chip. So that's why the supercomputer is used. So I think in last video only few of the students tell me that what is the name of the Indian supercomputer. So you please tell me the latest super Indian computer, and you will get the answer in this only. Okay, so you have to find out. So tomorrow actually we were thinking that we will go with this topic today, but due to the importance of that, I missed this topic. So maybe I will upload this videos and tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Thank you and have a nice day. Please make the notes and keep on reading. Stay home, stay safe.